Alright, BigH Trucking coming to you from Bordentown, New Jersey. It's about 7:20 in the morning. As you can see, this place is jammed packed. Alright, I came out of Kinley yesterday. Well, last night I drove up here. I'm about 30 miles away from the 90, which is tomorrow morning. Hoping to find a spot, which I think I will. There's the prime truck that I passed before. I have full faith that there'll be something available. If not, I park on the side. These are all handicapped. Anyway, I get up yesterday, or last night I should say, and I always like to find the best spot possible, so this way I can pull out. And to my chagrin, there is a gentleman. I'm gonna watch these guys like to drive on the wrong side of the road. There's spots. We'll find some spots. These are all reserved. Take a tour around. Plenty of time on my clock. Anyway, I'm babbling. So I wake up and park right on the curb. This way in the morning, or when I wake up, it's a straight shot out. No fuss, no muss. And wouldn't you know it, there was a truck parked about, I don't know, 20 feet from my front bumper. So of course, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me here, folks. You've got to be kidding me. Well, we got a spot right here. It's all reserved spots. I just can't believe it. All reserved. This whole place is reserved. Plenty of spots, so I'll make a tour around. Anyway, all right, I'm babbling. So the guy's about 20, 25 feet in front of my bumper. So I'm like waking up, like, all right, let me go get some coffee. Let me get some items for the trek out. And I'm gonna knock on this guy's door. Not only am I gonna knock on this guy's door, I'm gonna use a sledgehammer to knock on the guy's door. Because, I mean, unless you're blind or you just don't have no concept of driving, you don't park that close to somebody's truck, especially when they're there way before. He doesn't know how soon I got there, but when they're there before you. So I come back and I notice that his windows are open. It's these people parked off to the sides here. Don't pay for any parking, which is not fair in my book. Maybe this is a spot right here in the corner. It certainly is. We're going for it. We are going. We're going to shoot for it. It's a non-reserved spot too. All right. Can't get better than that, folks. Ask for better than that. That's just a lucky, it's luck. My day is lucky. So anyway, I bang on this guy's door and he comes out. He's got his windows open. I'm like, listen, I've got to leave. I'm not mad anymore. I'm just like, I got to leave. But I did ask him. I said, why are you parking? Why you park like that? Why? There's plenty of spots available. He goes, I don't have air conditioning in my truck, and I can't park in just any spot, because then I can't sleep because it makes so much noise. So I said, well, I mean, did your air conditioner just break? I mean, it was a fairly new truck. I mean, it wasn't like a 1990. It was a, 2000, probably 15, 16 truck. So I said, did it just break on you? What had happened? Oh, did I hit curb? He's like, no, it's been broken for a long time now, since the summer started. I go, well, don't you get it fixed? He goes, because my boss won't fix it. I told him numerous times. Now, meanwhile, this guy's got an accent. So he's from a strange country. I'm not here to judge what country he's here working, trying to support himself or his family. I didn't get into the details, but he's here to support a family. And I just take my hat off to anybody who's doing that. You're trying, especially coming from another country, learning English language. It ain't an easy task to do. I didn't do that to your mirror, brother. So we'll let you know that. See this guy's mirror right here? It's on video. Just in case he comes out pointing fingers. Like, no. First of all, I backed in. I didn't pull out. He got his mirror snapped. I'm surprised he didn't hear about it. I got no marks on my mirror, so I'm clean. He's got me worried now. But, I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place here. So, again, we started talking, and his boss will not fix the air conditioner. And, I felt bad for him. I mean, it's, as you well know, guys, it's been really hot this summer. Actually, up here in New Jersey, it's beautiful. We must have had a cold front come through because it's about 68 degrees right now. It's what do we got? About 7:43 in the morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. Which we all need a break, right? We all need a break from this heat. It's been absolutely chaos. Yeah, he's got a smack. He got a smack in that mirror, boy. He's got a smack in that mirror. All right, I'm jumping around. I'm sorry. I apologize. And if you bear with me this long, thank you for sticking with me. His boss will not fix it. And I asked, well, why don't you leave the company? He's like, well, I'm thinking of doing that. I go, by the way, are you making like a lot of money that you're not, you don't want to leave? I mean, I said there's 1,000 trucking companies in the United States. Probably exaggerating the number, but I said there's numerous trucking companies that will treat you way better. For example, my company. And he's like, well, I have a couple blemishes on my license. I said, oh, okay. And he said, this guy's willing to give me a try, but he again, I don't want to go into his accent, but he had a pretty rough accent. He don't want to fix the truck. He paid me 31 cents a mile, folks. So he's got to sleep with his windows open. He's got to find a place each and every night to sleep away from the noise. I mean, good luck with that. There's only so many truck stops in the country that will give you the space that he needs. So right away, I just felt really, really, really bad for him. And I said, 31 cents a mile. I said, oh my God. I said, are you like local? I mean, not local, but you regional? Where are you? He's like, no, I go all over the country. And I go, what about wintertime? He goes, no, the truck's got heat in the wintertime, but not very good heat, but it's got heat. I'm like, okay. And he goes, in the wintertime, it's a little easier. I could bring blankets and get warm. And I said, absolutely. I said, you can always go to truck stops to sell portable heaters. He goes, what do you mean, portable heater? I go, yeah, you just plug it into your inverter. He goes, what's an inverter? So I brought him over to my truck. I kind of showed him what the inverter looks like. He's like, no, nothing like that. I mean, his truck, it's just an absolute mess. It's what's even more of a tragedy is the fact that he's being treated inhumanely. Somebody's taking advantage of this guy because he's a foreigner and he's got a couple blemishes on his license. Now, it's not a big carrier. It's not a mega carrier. It's a small, I didn't even ask him how many trucks, but it's a small, you could tell it's just a small, non-caring company. And 31 cents a mile. So I asked, I said, do you need a shower? Do you need something to eat? And he's like, oh, I haven't had a shower in 5 days. So I said, come on with me, pack your bag and come with me. I'll get you a shower. So I bought him a shower, and I slipped him $20. I said, here, go buy yourself some food and some drink. I said, it's on me, don't worry. He wasn't hesitant. He didn't want to take the money. I said, listen, I'm not asking you, or you're not asking me for money. I'm giving you the money. So go get yourself something to eat and something to drink and get some sleep. So he was beyond grateful, and I felt really good. But folks, before you bash mega carriers, Prime or Swift or Snyder or Stevenson, or the list goes on and on and on, you got to think about something like that, because there are companies out there that will not give two shits about you and have the most ridiculous, not obsolete, but broken down equipment that they don't want to spend any money on, and they're taking advantage of these people. 31 cents in this day and age is beyond ridiculous. So, I came across a video that was...
you have 1 hour and 1 minute of remaining drive time.
That was basically... What am I doing here? Talking about a gal who worked for Prime. I'm sure you guys have come across it. Richie Rich had the video up, and Tim's Travels talked about it. So if you want some in-depth knowledge about leasing, Tim Travels is the person to see about that. He's 100% right there. As a lease operator with Prime, if you don't like Prime, you can take your truck to another company as long as that company's willing to pay out of your settlement from that company Success Leasing. So you can take that truck and go to another company, and it's fine. You don't have to work for Prime. But she abandoned the truck. She left it in Atlanta, Georgia, of all places. Meanwhile, I believe Prime's got 2 drop yards. I know there's at least one, because I've stayed there one time, where you could tell the company, hey, listen, I'm done, I'm tired, whatever the reason may be, your truck's going to be down there. Instead, she leaves it on the side of the road. Now, I don't care how angry you are, I don't care how bad it is, you have to step up to the mic and be a better person, and hold higher esteem and be more professional than just to act on straight emotion, because that'll ruin you. Now she's got a record on, that's going to last for a while. I don't know how long it lasts on your DAC. I'm sure 3 years or so. So she goes to another company. There's a potential that they're not going to even want to look at her. Now, this is kind of spinning into the first company. Now, because she's got that record on her DAC and she needs to become a truck driver, she's not going to work for another, good quality company. She's going to end up working, I'm not going to mention the name of it, but she's going to end up working for a company like that has broken air conditioning, treats their workers like crap. I can only imagine when something goes wrong, how that all unfolds, and how this guy's even making a living. Probably not. She's gonna hope and pray that she gets a job with another company. And even still, your resume's your resume. She's gonna have to put that down at some point, that if she's gonna look for another job, I'm assuming she is. She's a 9-year-old. She's gonna have to put down Prime. Where have you been for a year or 2 years? And I don't know how long she's been at Prime, but that has to go on your record, or on your resume. And somebody's going to eventually possibly call that company and say, "Can you tell me a little bit about so-so?" Well, they're going to punch so-so in their computer and be like, "Well, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is she did work here for X period of time, but the bad news is she kind of left her equipment on the side of a highway. I don't care if you're going for a clerical job or you're going for a truck driving. That is just poor news." Now you have to ask yourself, because Maybe she had a reason, maybe she didn't. I'm trying to stay neutral here. Whatever that reason may be, that's going to come back to haunt her. I don't, again, it's if you're not happy with a company, you're not making money with a company, you do live in America. You do have the opportunity to open up, go on the internet. Plenty of Career Builder and Monster, and there's plenty of job boards. Punch in whatever you want, and I'm sure hundreds will come up. So you've got to be careful when you act on emotion, that it can really cause you down the road grief from finding a decent job. So that's my message of the day, man. Hey, listen, if you're not happy with whatever company you're at, don't act on emotion and shoot yourself in the foot. Don't destroy other people's property unless that truck, you have the title to that truck, car, whatever you may have. If you don't have complete possession or ownership of that, don't destroy other people's property. I think in passing she had an e-phone and some stuff, and she was taking screenshots. Well, hey, listen, who's going to pay? You know how much it costs for a wrecker to come down and tow a semi with a trailer on it? And let me tell you something, it ain't cheap. It's expensive, especially in Atlanta, Georgia. So much for that e-fund. And if there's any monies if there's any damage or anything like that to that truck, she's liable. And the company Prime may push to where it goes to court and becomes garnishment. So be careful of, you think you're better, or you think you're playing your cards right when it comes to stuff like that. You're not. You hate to see anybody get to the point of discontent and unhappiness and total hatred, I guess, for lack of better words, for a place that you work at. And believe me, I've had jobs that I didn't like, but I don't think I've ever just stood up, and I've quit jobs, but I gave warning. I'm like, listen, I'm done. You want me to hang out for a couple of days and train somebody, or download whatever you want me to do? And most of the time it's like, no, just leave. But I always, I never left with an attitude. And I quit jobs when I was a lot younger, and it did, believe it or not, come back to haunt me a couple of times. So I've learned, as you get older, don't burn your bridges. Anyway, I'm repeating myself, but just look at the example I just told you about this guy who's a foreigner, who's 31 cents a mile, who's in garbage equipment. Before you decide to say, you know what, F this company, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to be cool, I'm going to be bad. Look at me. I'm on TikTok and I'm on the internet. And, wow, man, you're really cool. No. You just kind of really shot yourself in the foot for your career. Don't hurt yourself and don't hurt your family by overreacting. All right, with that being said, Big H is out. Enjoy your day. Stay safe. I'm a couple days away from, actually a week from today is when my inspection is, 10:30 in the morning. Saying goodbye to my truck. I did give her a nice wash last night at the Blue Beacon, just to get some of the heavy road grind off. And when I come back into Springfield, I'll do the rest. I'm not really thrilled with Prime's truck wash. I tend not to do a good job. So this way, when I do bring it there, again, at least the heavy grime will be off, and we can go from there. I can work with that. So anyway, I am done. Have a great day. Stay safe. And I always leave off with this: make good decisions. Make good decisions, folks. It'll come back in spades when you do that. All right. I'm done. Later, guys.